back to my channel. My name is Paulina Enchanted, and today I want to talk about something very weird that's trending on TikTok with Lyrans. If you guys don't know, Lyrans are what many people believe, like these cat-like aliens or something. But what's trending on TikTok is really funny because people are saying that 3iatlas has Lyrans on them, and it's like a cat alien. It reminds me of Doctor Who. In my little extraterrestrial book, I do have a breakdown of what Lyrans are. I just thought it was so funny because it's just like a bunch of psychics literally claiming that this meteorite has cat aliens on them. I mean, if we were gonna get an alien, that's not bad. That's not bad, you know. Cat aliens, why not? We love cats. I'm a cat lady. Here's some information on Lyrans. Lyrans are from the Lyra constellation. Lyrans ventured out into other universal settlements in Vega, the Pleiades, and Sirius. The original Lyran colony world seeded human life throughout the universe. All humans are their descendants, which is kind of, I don't know if I believe that. I'm doing great, Warren. Thank you. I'm just going down the rabbit hole of TikTok and their conspiracies on 3iatlas. What do you think about 3iatlas? Some people believe that there's like, it's a spaceship, but there's like a lot of like psychics and mediums that are claiming that they had like a contact with beings on there, and they're cat-like aliens called Lyrans. That'd be really interesting. There's no update on 3iatlas, and I have some information here on the Lyrans. I'll keep reading. Lyrans follow the cosmic law of one. They believe that since all intelligent life has DNA, RNA code, we share common ancestry. We are all particles of the cosmos in its infinitesimal and grand state. They practice a unified field of trust, truth, and unconditional love, which reaches out to interact with every particle in the universal fabric of space and time. Okay, no. And then one says, okay, cool. Well, I believe in more like lizard aliens. Yeah, it is funny that it's like trending on TikTok right now. Like a bunch of psychics are saying that they're connecting to 3iatlas and it's cat aliens. I mean, if we're gonna get aliens, we might as well get the ones that are like cat-like. I love cats, you know, for those who are arriving. And they're called Lyrans, and I have some information here about the Lyrans. It says Lyrans are, oh, I don't know why this one says they're indistinguishable from Earth humans, but when I Google them, they're like cat-like. Let's see. Do you guys believe in aliens? Have a great day. Ah, thanks. Victor says, oh, hello, soy de Argentina. So it's beautiful. Oh, sorry, my English. No, you're good. Victor says, hi. Warren says, true. Yeah, I know. There's more information on here. It says, Lyrans are part of the Galactarian alignment and participate in the Starseed program. Is it not the, like, well, people, this is all conspiracy at this point. Like, this book is just, but, like, people believe, like, they, you know, intermingled with humans. The Starseed program, they're seeding. Assisting Earth's consciousness into the next dimensional folds. They're assisting us from 12 dimensions. Some dimensionally elevated Lyrans have shaved off splinters of their souls to reincarnate into younger worlds as starseeds. Interesting. I don't know if I necessarily believe in this, but this is interesting. Do you believe in aliens? I was wondering, do I personally believe in aliens? I don't know what I believe in. I believe that there's many other creatures in this reality, maybe we're classifying them as aliens, but they're interdimensional. They're in this dimension and the next. I know there are things out there. I mean, for the people who don't know, I give ghost tours. So I gave a ghost tour today. It went awesome. I did have something really weird happen. Not on the ghost tour, during the day. I'll tell you guys about it in a bit. But so I know there's things in this realm and the next, and it doesn't mean they're alien necessarily. Maybe they make themselves seem as aliens. I don't know. There's another conspiracy where I have it written down here. Well, I do believe the whole 3iatlas is kind of like a distraction a little bit, like where are the Epstein files? And then also there are some Christians that believe that UFOs are demonic distractions. I don't necessarily believe that. I do believe that the governments are using them as distractions. And I do believe that there are interdimensional creatures here and there, and they're good and they're bad. Just like everything in this reality, we have balanced yin and yang. Okay. So, let's see. Victor says, Dennis, me like, thanks. Also, if you guys like this type of content, we all like just talk about all the weird stuff on this channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. I do live a lot, and like does help push out the channel. Foxy says, hi. Victor says, esos dientes parecen una hermosa hembros. Thanks. Looking great. Oh my gosh. Hello, Foxy. Welcome. Thanks for the likes, you guys. This book is really interesting because it's kind of like a compendium of all of the possible aliens that people have possibly had contact with and claims. This guy like took all of the claims and just put them all in one book and just broke down all the species and everything that you can possibly think of, which is really interesting. So you can see like the lore behind all of it, And again, I don't believe these are all necessarily aliens. I think people have a lot of paranormal experiences or like just beings that are in this plane and the next, but they're still part of the same, you know what I mean? Maybe in the next reality. Nelaya says, I don't know what to say to you because I don't want to be okay. Warren says, very interesting. Yeah, same. Wait, what your fave book? What's my favorite book? I love the tale of Alice in Wonderland. I've said that before. Just kind of like her exploring, and going down a rabbit hole into another reality. I love that. I love the stuff of astral projecting. That's when you're trying to sleep and your soul leaves your body. And you travel in all these worlds. Now it says, hello, Paulina. Hello, Anonymous. Welcome. Welcome back again. We're just talking a little bit about aliens today. I like Mallory Towers by Enid. What is that about? What's that book about, Mallory Towers? I do have to tell you guys, I had a very weird experience today. It has nothing to do with aliens. I've said it before. I don't, I'm always safe. I'm always protected spiritually and all of that. But I the weirdest things happen to me. And, I don't know. I thought of maybe titling this live about it, but then I backed out. It's about a girl who goes to boarding school. Ooh, boarding school. That's interesting. Jose says vampire. Vampire encounters are interesting, There are vampiric people out there, and they do exist. I was gonna go, let me see. Just as buenos, Paulina, que Dios te bendiga. Siempre voy a dormir acá. Argentina son las 12. Madrugada muy bonita. Okay, good night, Mr. Victor. Okay, I'll tell you guys my weird experience. It's more life experience. It's not about alien stuff. Since I just talked to you guys, I should have titled the video about it. It was to the point where I considered buying a pew pew. because it happened in my neighborhood. So, two different things happened. One day I was here and I see the doorbell camera and I look and there's like a bunch of SWAT people just like running down, and they're running quietly, and I was like, oh my God, they're going to like my neighbor's house. And man and van, good evening. And then today I had a woman, so she's like knocking on my door, like, and she got beeping my doorbell, and I'm like, oh my God. And so I look and I see it's her, and I'm like, ah, it's just a girl. And I come out, and when I see her, she's like, hi, I used to live here, this was my place. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she's asking me for like mail and stuff, and I was like, yeah, we can go get the mail. And Simba, you guys know my cat, right? I love him, but God, he came up to her. I didn't want him to, but he did. And she's like, oh, I see your cat. That's so sweet. Can I pet it? And I was like, yeah, let me pick him up. I said, let me pick him up. And I'm bending down to pick him up. And this woman barges into my house. She just like comes in. Like I'm blocking the door, and she just like, she comes in and she just like makes her, and she starts looking around. And I'm like, no. Like, I'm not dealing with this shit right now. Like this random lady in my house. And so I'm like, I was like, let's go get your mail now. Cause I just moved here. So I was like, let's go get your mail now. So I'm ushering her out of my house, and I'm like, she's like looking around, like scoping to see if I have anything. By the way, I have nothing. Like in my living room, it's just like a $100 TV. Okay. So I'm ushering her out, and I usher her out, and then I'm like, let's walk to the mailbox. So I'm walking to her to the mailbox, and she gives me like a really sad story, which is honestly horrible, right? But it's like she's acting erratic, which makes me by Foxy. She's acting erratic, which makes me like question like her motives a little bit, like her just going into my house without permission, you know what I mean? And so I got her out, and then I'm walking her to the mailbox so I can get her mail, and she tells me like this really horrible thing that happened to her, but she like scares me a little bit. She's like, oh, someone broke down the other door, and she got R-word, like the R road, like, which is horrible, right? The R road word. And she said that they broke down the door, and that she has an open case, and she had cameras inside the house, and that she's like, that's why she needs to check her mail, because the camera, she's like, you better get cameras. And I was like, oh my God. And then she was like, oh, don't worry, it wasn't someone in the neighborhood, it was someone I met, and so out downtown, so he knew where I lived, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God. And then she's just like acting really erratic. Like I felt like she was like off of drugs, and I don't know. It was just like she was acting really erratic, which made me sketched out of her. Like whatever happened to her was horrific. And I really hope she heals from that. But like just like asking me like a lot of questions about like if I'm alone and all this stuff. Do you know what I mean? And she had just like, when I opened the door, she just like barged into my house, and I had to like usher her out. Like, do you know what? Like, I was obviously blocking the door, and I was gonna pick up Simba so she can say she wanted to say hi to my cat, and she just barged into my living room. Like, it's really weird, and she was trying to find out personal information about me. I don't like it, and honestly, I think I'm gonna buy a pew pew. And if anybody tries anything, I shoot before I check. I'm sorry, but I have to protect myself. This is Florida. I will shoot before checking if anybody tries to break in. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it was just like super sketchy. and then the for the people who just got here, I had a SWAT team, like SWAT one of my neighbors. Oh God, she was. I got her phone number because she was like, "Oh, can you get my phone number just in case I got other mail?" So I let her. She kept texting me, and I was just like very short. She sent me a picture of her cat. I'm like, cute, but like I'm not gonna give her any more personal information, and I'm probably gonna carry because like I have to protect myself. Do you know what I mean? Like if anybody breaks in, I will shoot before I check. Like no, do you know what like especially what happened if like what happened to her was very scary, the R word, but at the same time she was acting sketchy towards me, and she kind of seemed like she was kind of on drugs or off of drugs or something, and she was trying to scope what I had. She was trying to come back into, she's like, oh, I did like a drawing on the wall. I would love for you to see it and whatnot. And then I was like, no, you could just tell me about it. Like she was trying to come in. She was trying to come in my house again. And I was like, no, just tell me about it out here. Oh yeah, it's this drawing. And I was like, that's so nice. She was like trying to find a way to come back in my house. And then she kind of left, and I wish her the best. I really do. But I have to protect myself. Like that was so sketchy. Okay, let me catch up on the comments. Holy night. CT says, let's go. Have a holy night. Thank you, Foxy. Alan said, that's not right. Holy crap. You have double doors. Yes, that's why I have to like now secure everything. Yeah, you need to stop that. It's snowing. It's in swatting. It's known as swatting. It's snowing and swatting. What does that mean? Put your foot down. Yeah, I did put my foot down. Like, you don't barge into someone's house. Like, I was nice enough to even open the door. I could have talked to her through my little door thing and be like, hey, do you know what I mean? But like, I opened my door. She used my cat as a thing to try to, and just barge in. Like, I was like, oh, let me pick him up so you can say hi. I don't know. So I was excited that I found like a really nice, like, it's a mobile home, okay? But it's cheap. It's so cheap. I was so excited to lower my rent. But the neighborhood you live in is so important too. Like I'm learning. Thank God I didn't actually buy this place. But, and my lease is only 6 months, so I can always move if I feel weird. I did put my foot down. Yes, thank you, Alan Stevens. Yeah, I had that weird moment today. And again, weird things happen to me a lot, but thank God I'm always kind of like protected. But next time I'm going to research more the place, like whatever happened to her, like it was like horrible too. I don't know why they didn't tell me anything when I rented. They say if people are cray. Warren says what they do is somebody will call SWAT and make a prank call. Yeah, well, my neighbor got, yeah, no, that he actually got, I don't think it was a prank call. Like, it was like the SWAT team went and got him and arrested him. Like, like it was, like I was watching them through my doorbell camera. The SWAT team like ran silently. They like ran silently. It was like a bunch of men just running so quietly. And I saw them and they turned around and grabbed the guy. So I think I used the wrong phrase. So he didn't get swatted. He got, the SWAT team came for him, like for a real reason. Country Kirby says hello, hi. But yeah, that was my weird experience today. Oh God, now I feel like I have to carry. And I have to be more, next time I'm not even gonna probably like open the door. I don't care if it's a girl on one side. I'm just gonna be like through the doorbell, like, what do you want? Like, hi. No, it says, yeah, I never open the outside door for anyone, even as a guy. Things will get better. Yeah, it'll get better, and I'll protect myself and whatever I need to do, you know. Country Curve says, wait, what happened? Well, I did just kind of tell the story. I just got a very, like, sketchy person, like, barge into my house. Like, I opened the door and whatever. Ugh. Just be careful. And I might actually buy and carry, and you know what I mean? Like, if anybody tries to break in, I will shoot before checking. Okay, that is my message, because nobody should be trying to break into my house, you know. And this is Florida, thank God. I'll rewind. Yes, please rewind, and you'll hear the whole story. Vonnie says, I had alien experiences. Ooh, tell us about your alien experiences, Vonnie. I want to hear about people who've had like abduction experiences, or who've had like, they claim like they've encountered stuff. There's a bunch of people in Vegas, like a cop literally said like he saw, like the family called that they saw a gray, like a little gray alien in the backyard, and the cop was like, yeah, I saw it too. It was scary. So tell us about it. Countries have barged in. That's crazy. Yes. If you hear, like, if you rewind this live later on, you'll hear the whole story. Got to protect yourself. Yes, definitely. That's what I love about the U.S. You could protect yourself. You retracted the message, Hopefully we can hear from you. But hi, nice to have you here. Hey girly, hello. How are you? Oh no, this falls. Dun, dun, dun. I had a little bit of a weird day, but we're good now. And Mr. Skeleton's there. Agreed, but yeah, make sure you take a course. Yes, I will. I already ordered some stuff to protect myself, and then I started researching into that to carry. Thank you. You guys are like the best. Like I love my community so much, because when people are mean to me, you guys are like, no. And you guys protect each other too. You guys are so kind and defend each other too, to each other, which I love too. That's what this whole community is about. We just share our ideas and whatnot, and we have each other's backs and whatnot. M said, Jacob says, it's Paulina. Hey. And so I lost my phone. I had a lot of fun at Choto Day. Oh, you lost your phone? I'm sorry, but I'm glad you had a lot of fun. Glad you're okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. Play some tunes. I would, but I am not monetized yet on YouTube, but they will flag the video, and if I do get monetized one day, then this one can't earn money. So I can't play tunes, unfortunately. Jacob says, we are approaching the super moon, don't forget. Yes, I've heard the super moon is coming. When is the super moon coming? Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Super moon. October 6th. Ooh, so it's like 2 days. Wow. Oh my God, it's gonna be ginormous. Like a giant ball. It says this isn't just any full moon. It will appear to be 14% larger and 30% brighter than usual, glowing like a giant ball suspended in the night sky. Whoa, it's gonna be gorgeous. I want to go outside and chill and see it. So it's on Monday. The super moon's on Monday. Okay, Jacob says Monday night peaks near midnight. It's pretty bright tonight. Could you Kirby's here? Yeah, super, and then thanks. A little vampire. Tina says hello. By the way, I gave a ghost tour today. It was really nice. Today was not my shift, but they had because it's Halloween, right? So they had so many people booked out for the ghost tour that they messaged me and asked me if I could help. The other tour guide lady. And so we split up the groups. And my group was really nice. They were like really hungry for some reason. So mid-tour we stopped for pizza. We're not supposed to do that. But they were like, we really want food. And I was like, okay. So they stopped for pizza and then kept on the tour. And they were very spooked out. Dun, dun, dun. It went really well. M says, wow. And there's like people driving around with like costumes, hollering at people like, hey, in their costumes. And there's apparently like ghost tour kayaking. You can kayak with a monster. Would you do that? Would you go kayaking on a ghost tour? I want to do that. I'm not a tour guide for that. I would love to do that. M says, wow. Cece love the fangs. Ooh, thanks. Diego says, I wonder if your thirst for blood will grow. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. I mean, Jeremy's gone fully. Look at him. She killed Timmy. Yes, this is Jeremy though, and Timmy's gone too. I love drinking champagne. Ooh, my favorite wine is port wine. It's bloody port. He's no longer with us. No, he is not. And he's also developed one hair. This poor man was balding. One hair. That's funny. Oh, I told my parents about like ending up in the Freemason store or whatever. It was like this weird location that was only for Freemasons. And all the weird stuff, it kind of freaked them out a little bit. But they were really nice to us. They were super nice to us. But there was a lot of bizarre stuff, you know. Each room was like, one room was like weird occult items, one was like a vampire room, and then they had like human parts, and they had like a creepy museum. And they were super nice to us. They had all the hats, and I was like, is this Freemasonry? And he's like, yeah, we're Liz Shriners. Well, they're super nice. But they were just like really like it was perfect for Halloween too, like really creepy and spooky stuff. Alan Stevens says, Jeremy crossed the line. He did. Warren says, that sounds fun. Yeah, we totally ended up in that place by accident. Because my boyfriend, he was selling like these things like to keep China stuff, like China, like these nice wooden things, whatever. And it was Facebook Marketplace, and he's like, oh, just go around the corner here. And we thought it was at a bar, but no, it was like hidden. And there's these black and white stairs, and they lead it up to like this cool entrance, like this little secret club, and it was ginormous. Cyril says, hi. Jacob says, I'm setting up dermistid beetle enclosure this week to clean skeletons. Ooh. M says, I'm excited to look at the moon. I am very excited to look at the moon too. And I think Mr. Jeremy is excited to look. He's smiling. He's smiling. He wants to see the full moon too. Maybe I should do like a picnic or something. That'd be fun. I wonder what the full moon or the super moon that we're gonna have means spiritually. Dun, dun, dun. Bongunsa says, hi, hello, welcome. Where are you from? Where are you guys from? I have like 50 people. That's awesome. Okay, so what was I gonna say? Meaning. Okay, I'm looking it up. So it says that on Monday, the supermoon will have amplified emotional and psychic energy. Increase opportunities for spiritual practices like meditation, setting intentions, and cleansing rituals. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Very spiritual. Yes. Dun, dun, dun. Infinity way to success. It's true. There's an infinite way to success. You guys can accomplish anything you want. You guys are magical, mystical creatures. Yes, you are. You just have to believe in the spark that lies within you. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Dracula. Hello. Hi. Oh shit. Do you bite? Ha ha ha. What do you think? Hello. So Alan Stevens says, I like to smoke weed and look at stars and moon. Well, I guess that's relaxing. I just want to chill out for the supermoon and just like enjoy it on Monday. M says, Oklahoma here, Florida here. Woohoo. ML says, you sound like you can be from Florida yet Canada at the same time. Well, you guessed it right. I'm from Florida. I probably sound Canadian a little bit because my boyfriend's from Illinois, and sometimes I pick up his accent. It's like Midwestern, and Canadians sound Midwestern. So let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Infinity Way Success says, will you drink my blood? I don't know. I have a type, but the problem is that they don't live to see it. Bonnie says hi. I'm offering blood to you. Bonnie says you should set up call-ins. I thought about that too, like maybe do a call-in thing, but I don't want to just give out my phone number and then like I have people calling me all day long. But it'd be kind of cool to hear like if someone had like, oh, also like for the new people here, this channel is also so you could tell us about all the weird experiences you've had. Like could be like paranormal, could be alien, could be spiritual, whatever you want, whatever your beliefs are, any encounters, having a weird day. Leave it in the comments below. Tell us your story because I'll read it and we talk about it. It's really awesome. Okay, so Matt says, is this a real skeleton? I don't know, Jeremy. Are you a real skeleton? Let's see. Grilly cheese. Ooh, do you like to grill cheese? I love grilled cheese, but with a hint of blood. So cheesy. It says, I think you could really pull off smoking stereotypical 1950s dad pipe. It would fit the vibe well. Ooh, yeah, actually, that'd be pretty cool too. Emma says, that's like literally. Says, hey, you will never know what I said. Oh, I will never know. Boy says, can I live with you, please? I already have a resident here, and his name is Jeremy, and he is no longer living. Spooky. Also, make teeth like that. Was this hello? I'm just like hanging out with you guys. You guys are awesome. I was talking about the the different species that people claim to have encountered. I've never had a like alien type experience. I've had a lot of spiritual experiences. Not necessarily alien experience. Have any of you guys had this, or do you guys believe? Dun dun dun. I have all kinds of different categories of just all this guy categorized everything of possible races out there, which is interesting. So let's see. Swiggy says hi. Or it says hi. Also need teeth like, oh, I read that. Whose skeletons your okay, thanks, Giant. Hi. Whose skeleton is in your hand? This is Jeremy. And he's no longer with us, unfortunately. Do you have a boyfriend? Yes, I do. Okay. What is this, Pauline? Okay, so. Dun, 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 dun. 24 elders. Oh, yeah. What do you guys think of, so I go down the different rabbit holes on TikTok. And there are mediums on TikTok that are saying that they're connecting to 3iatlas, and it is cat aliens. No, I'm not joking. They're literally saying that they're connecting to aliens that look like cats. That would be kind of awesome if we get like humanoid cats. And they say they're called Lyrans. Infinity says, is he a vampire or an alien? Ooh. And I says, I have a few spiritual experiences too, but I haven't explored. I forget and get lost in every day. That's another thing. I want to like get into like, I used to meditate a lot, but I want to get into really meditating and exploring like my third eye more. Not too much, but more. I know there are things around me, especially because I do ghost tours and we have the spirit talker and things come through and whatnot. And I've had weird experience, but I want to start getting into that again and really connecting to maybe like angels or whatever, or like guides, or you know, I had an experience with the Holy Spirit too, so I do pray to the Holy Spirit, but you know, just connecting more, you know, and people who are so like, we're all mediums, like we can all connect to each other, right? But that's just like that, it's just something that you have to work on and develop, you know, and you get that gut feeling something's wrong. That's your intuition, but you can work on it and like improving that too. Okay, so Bongo says, what is your name? My name is Paulina la Vampire. This is what's very wise that she has a boyfriend. It says hello. Right, thank you. I'm a ghost who possesses vampires like you. Ooh, You cannot. I will not allow you. I will haunt you back. Are you a vampire? It means you and I are guys. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I go on my little rants because they're fun. Oh yeah, I had this thing here. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, so don't worry, I'll defend you. Oh, so sweet, Em. You're so nice. You guys are the sweetest. I really appreciate all of you guys. This is another rabbit hole that I have been going down. And it is where are all the birds? On TikTok, okay? It's just like the funniest rabbit hole. On TikTok, there are massive amounts of people saying that after the government shutdown, a bunch of birds are missing. Like in their city, they're used to having a bunch of pigeons and birds everywhere, and they are missing. So the remember like that thing that went viral early 2000s where the people were like, birds aren't real, birds aren't real, birds aren't real. And it was a guy he made it up. It was a YouTuber. He was so funny. He made up a conspiracy saying that the government's watching us by birds, but all birds are not real. And he like took hundreds of people and like united them in the middle of, I don't know if it was in the White House, but they all had like you know, the speaker thing, and they were screaming, birds aren't real, birds aren't real. And it was like hundreds and hundreds of people screaming that birds are not real and that to ban birds. It was so funny, but it was like a bit. It was like a YouTuber that made a bit, but it was based on a conspiracy that the government has used birds to spy on people. Not that all birds are not real. Is that the conspiracy is that there are birds out there that are like mechanical and are used to spy on people. When I lived in Arizona, I remember there being fake cactuses because they would put speed cameras on fake cactuses. And I could tell they were fake because they were extremely tall and they made no sense. And like no freaking cactus is that tall. And they try to make it as real as possible, but there was a speed camera and it would flash people. So it was a similar concept where there were like robotic birds spying on people via the government. The YouTuber that did that, he was claiming all birds aren't real, which made it funnier, but birds are real. And the TikTok conspiracy that is circling right now is that there are a lot of birds missing in cities where they usually have a lot of pigeons and things. It's like their population dropped, and they're saying because the government shut down, the robotic birds are no longer out there. I feel like the government does find ways to spy on you, but that was kind of funny. Like there's a bunch of missing birds now. So I want to hear your thoughts on that. Let me catch up on the comments real quickly. So, Country Kirby says, get him, M. Emil says, La Vampira. Infinity says, I can't use TikTok. M says, Polina, you say you're a ghost or joke's on you. I'm a vampire ghost. Hey, you will laugh. So I was like, oh my God, I just got the worst stomach ache. What the heck? Ram says, shout out to biting necks. Can you laugh evil? Aurora says, in the 1950s, they did this. They used birds to spy on people. Honestly, they can just use your phone. Country Curry's got my back. Yeah! Oh, God. Nana says, yeah, true. I remember a lot of different birds as a child, like a lot of sparrows. They'd get in the house, but now I see ravens and crows and pigeons mostly. Interesting. Robert Lee says, are those fangs? What do you think? Look at my previous victim. Dun, dun, dun. Infinite Ways says, is Bloody Mary real? Yes. I think she's real. And it doesn't necessarily mean that she's like, you know, a bad, the D word, the bad thing. She could be based on a true entity, but also people have put so much energy towards creating this thing and fear that it could actually just create like this energy that shows itself to people. Tail. And one of my stories in the ghost tours, I use Bloody Mary as an example on how you can call out one of the spirits in my tour. And I tell them, please don't do it. I mean, you could do it, but it's on you, it's not on me. Kiko says, I love you. Oh, sweet. Eres una vampira. Oh, no. What is a Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla? Neither. I mean, they're both good, right? Reliable cars. They're good, right? But I don't have neither, but they're good, reliable cars. Jacob says, what's up? What do you usually make videos about? We just talk about all the weird stuff in reality. We were talking about aliens before. Sometimes I update my life, but spiritual stuff, like if you've had any paranormal experiences or your beliefs, that's all we do. We just chat as a community and people tell me their stories and it's interesting, If you like this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. Because I keep, living often. Peter says, vampires. I tried to call her, but she didn't come. Oh, no. Maybe that's a good thing that she didn't come. Maybe don't try to summon her. You want positive love and light in your reality. I'm into all the weird stuff. But I also, even when I do my ghost tours, like my group, I set the intention, like, I have a spirit talker here, but, only love and light in our ghost tour, only good things, okay? Because I've had people trying to, like, summon things. And I'm like, nah, not with me here, okay? Not with me. So Em says, thank you, Em. This is legit. I am not AI. I promise I am not AI. I don't know why. I've been accused of being AI. Is it? I mean, I feel like I look human enough, right? Like I don't. I'm human. Okay, paranormal buddy. Oh, sweet. Thank you. I've already drank, Jeremy. Okay, no. Anthony says, then how to summon you? How to summon me? I'm not summonable. Specifically because I like to chill at home in my PJs. Oh my god, early onset. Did you guys see that comment? I don't even want to read it out loud. Oh my god. Wait, that's a bizarre comment. Oh my god. Prove what? That I'm not AI? I don't know how to prove that. Dee saw that early onset. Yeah, I was like, what? Oh my god, now, okay. Oh, I don't know why I have a stomachache right now. Yeah, that was kind of bizarre. It threw me off. Yeah, thank you. Let me see. Oh my god. You know what? What's the song from Frozen? Let it go, let it go. Dun, 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 dun. I'm telling that to myself. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, where's my cat drawing, actually? Ismet says, hi! Ooh. Jacob says, do you have a cat? Yes, I have 2 cats. I'm a cat lady, and I have a cat portrait somewhere of wearing an alien suit. Cats are magical creatures, dogs do protect you in the physical realm, which is awesome, but cats protect you in the spiritual realm. You have no idea. They really do. They're magical creatures that will be in this realm and the next, and I feel like a lot of them have had many lives, and they're pretty knowledgeable. You can learn from them, and I love them so much. Okay, so it's just that I'm not AI, that you're vampire. Can you what is going on here? I'm just saying I'm Paulina. Can you imitate a car so I can sleep in peace? Like meow? Lucy says, hi. Where are they located? The cats, they're in the other room right now. They're a little hyper right now. They'd be running around. The journal says, can we discuss the Dutch financial standard of 1600s? What? What is the Dutch financial standard of the 1600s? Is that like a joke? Dutch financial standards of the 1600s. Let's see. In the 1600s, the Dutch Republic established a sophisticated financial system that laid the groundwork for modern capitalism. Oh my God, that's nice. Jacob says, El gato, shows your cats. They're in the other room. And said, the heck is that? Realm. What? I mean, car like vroom vroom gasoline. How do you feel about anime? So I watched, growing up, I really liked watching, oh my God, I am having a brain fart right now. Sailor Moon. I love Sailor Moon. It's super girly. I know. I love Sailor Moon. And then I watched a bunch of random cartoons, not necessarily anime. I watched Danny Phantom. I love Danny Phantom. I had a crush on a ghost when I was a kid. And it's funny because he the girl that he liked in the TV show was named Paulina too. I like SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. I liked I did watch a lot of cartoons. There's some really weird ones that I watched that were kind of dark. What was that one with the cowardly dog? What was that name? The cowardly dog. Courage the Cowardly Dog. That one was kind of satanic. There were scenes. I remember like the meat fridge, the car, like that had like a lot of occultic. That TV show for kids had like a lot of occult stuff in it, and it was so creepy. I was really into it as a kid, Courage the Cowardly Dog, but oh my God, it had so many it has so many spooky themes. But I think I still like it, but it's very kind of dark for children. So let me catch up on the comments. The journal says, haha. Okay, no. Ling says, hi. You were looking like a vampire tigress. Oh, thanks. Dragon Ball. I never watched Dragon Ball Z because I wasn't allowed to. My mom said it was too violent. She heard it was violent. So then she didn't allow me to watch it. I never watched it. My friends watched it. I was never allowed to watch it. She just heard down the grapevine that it was violent. And it's funny because then I would watch Courage the Cowardly Dog, which I think is kind of worse, probably, because it had a lot of cult stuff in it. And I would watch other shows. You should watch High School DVD. Do you mean High School Musical? I watched High School Musical. I said, Roy says, hi. Jacob says, Hunter x Hunter's peak. Mob Psycho 100. What is Hunter x Hunter? Hunter and Hunter. Oh, you know, this reminds me of Code Lyoko. Remember Code Lyoko? I loved Code Lyoko. Code Lyoko. I remember them. They would go into like, what was it, like a computer realm? Like they would go into the like computer realm. They would go into like, I was like such a little girl. And I remember thinking it was so cool. Maybe that's our reality. Maybe this is just a game and we feel like this is our body, but we're just playing a game and it's just so realistic. Dun dun dun. Stork, I'm a vampire. But did you watch novelas? Laugh aloud, joking. My mom, because I'm Hispanic, she had a few novelas. I watched like Jane the Virgin, but the English version. Courage, I had a crush on you. Thanks. It was a very hard cartoon show. Yes, it was. So, thanks, man. SpongeBob had crazy. Yeah, SpongeBob had a lot of weird concepts. Like, I remember, that place where it was, like, all, like, squares and lines, and it was, like, he went to, like, a white realm, and there was, like, all these things that made noises, like, squares and lines, until it all disappeared. He went to, like, another dimension, and then he went back into the past, and, like, in, like, caveman days and into the future. Like, they put a lot of weird stuff in SpongeBob too. I feel like a lot of these shows that are made for adults, they put weird messages for children. Yeah, that's sweet, Malakarasi. Can you fishball cat butt for me? Well, maybe I'll show you guys the cats in the next live or something, because right now they're in the other room. Okay, no, thank you. Be goth secretary. Was it? I like your teeth, thanks. No. So Anonymous says, randomly remembered, do you know there are creatures that feed on the blood of other vampires? Krusnik, I think they're called. Interesting. Are they in movies? I've seen some where it's like they were vampires before, but they didn't feed on human blood. They fed on other vampires, but it turned them into these monsters. Like it mutated their blood even more, and they were not human-like whatsoever. Like they lost all empathy. Let's see, Krusnik. Am I saying that right? There was a TV show that was really good, that it was like vampires existed, and people got so excited that they turned everybody into a vampire, but then they didn't have enough humans. So they start farming humans. And they were looking for humans in society. But then they were growing them and farming them too. But they were running out. So then the poor vampires that couldn't afford blood anymore, they started feeding on each other, and they would turn like rabid. They looked like they had rabies. Like they didn't seem human like whatsoever, and they were arresting and killing them. But they were literally starving themselves because the human food supply was almost gone. You know? Krusnik. Even though they were vampires, they were still acting like humans. Okay, let's see. What is a Krusnik? A type of vampire hunter and a shaman whose spirit wanders from body in the form of an animal. Krusnik is a type of vampire and a shaman. The Krusnik turns into an animal at night to fight off his evil vampire. But he feeds on the blood of vampires. Interesting. Okay, so nobody says welcome. Everyone, please like, share, subscribe, and activate the notification bell to watch more enjoyable content. Yes, thank you. Please do. I do live often, and that's what we do. We just talk about different realities and different concepts, maybe like paranormal stuff, aliens, whatever you guys want. You know, we just share all the weird stuff in life. Thank you for all that I love yous. I think Howard dog was Area 51. Curse Carly's dog. You know what? Maybe. It's funny because Area 51 at this point is more like a road, like it's like it's so known that it's more like a tourist attraction at this point. Like people pass by it, but I have heard that they have stuff underground, and there's a base nearby that has tunnels connected to Area 51 underground. So I could totally see them if they had aliens, I could totally see them moving the aliens and things and alien paraphernalia to the other base near Area 51 and using the underground tunnels, and then just leaving Area 51 as a tourist attraction. You can't go inside, but a lot of people are outside. Remember people were trying to raid it. That never happened either. Okay. Thank you. Varda. Oh my god, no. Mundo says, hello, I'm new here. I already liked your live. Aw, thanks. You guys are so sweet. Thanks for the hearts and stuff. Have you watched Sleepy Hollow? That sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember which one that one is. Sleepy Hollow. Oh, yes. Yes. Is this the one with the little girl that's the vampire? Am I thinking of the right one? Maybe I'm not. But I just see Johnny Depp on there. So Sleepy Hollow. Oh no, this one's not a vampire one. You know what? So it's like the Headless Horseman. This is not the vampire one. So I was thinking of the one with Johnny Depp and the other guy, Tom Cruise, I think, and the little girl that's a vampire. That one's really good. I don't think I've seen this one. I have to watch Sleepy Hollow. This one looks good. I like old movies. I love movies that are like spooky movies, 90s, early 2000s, 80s. Movies back then I feel like were better, in my opinion. Like The Last Exorcist was just funny, you know. Remember when he took the bus to the dark world down below? He was tweaking down there. Yeah, I have to watch this because I don't think I watched it, or I watched it when I was a kid. I don't remember. Infinity says hi. Infinity, I have to break it to you, but she says, oh yeah, I do have a boyfriend. Maria says, you're beautiful. Thank you. Jacob says, I remember that my babysitter's a vampire show when I was a kid. My babysitter's a vampire show. Wait. My babysitter's a vampire. That's actually the name of it. My babysitter's a vampire. Oh, that looks interesting. Can you imagine? You're a kid and your babysitter's secretly a vampire, and you're like, and you tell your mom, and your mom doesn't believe you, and you're so worried about your parents because, like, oh my god, she can attack my parents, and they just think I'm just a kid and nobody believes me. My name is looking nice to meet you. Blade come through. Oh my god. Mr. Ross says, hi, do you remember me? Yes, your name seems familiar. Karen says, Earth used to be eyeball planet until God made it rotate. Great flood day of all. Something smoky. I think about aliens. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to think about just the possibility of our reality, you know? Oh God. Paulina equals vampire. Dun dun dun. So Jacob says, Stefano says, hello. It was a peak show back in the day. If I watched it now, I bet I would cringe watching Breaking Bad, Paulina. Oh, I seen Breaking Bad. I don't, like, I haven't seen all of it. I just saw kind of it. It's not, like, fully my type of show. Like, for me, it's more like this, like the babysitter one. But more so, Sleepy Hollow. You know, I like those old, like, spooky movies, you know, Interview with a Vampire, you know, things like that. The one with Tom Cruise and Johnny Depp with the little girl that's a vampire, you know, stuff like that. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Charmed, you know. Marcel, the clever eyes that had to be. Oh, thanks. Buffy was the bomb. Yes, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was the bomb.com. She would murder me in an instant. She was awesome. Big fan of Buffy. Let's see. Jacob says, get more into watching anime. Well, I don't know. I like some stuff, but I really like, I don't know why I have a bias for like American cartoons, but I mostly watch like physical people anyways. And then the cartoons that I saw as a kid were the ones from here growing up. Joshin says, nah man, Blade was the best vampire. Yeah, Blade is cool. Blade is cool, but it is awesome. Jacob says, Crunchyroll without ads is like $9 a month, and it's every main anime. Yeah, I have heard that Crunchyroll is really, really good. Oh my god. Hi, how are you doing today, beautiful? I'm doing great. How are you guys doing? Gerald says, hi. What's your Instagram handle? It's the same thing as Paulina Enchanted, and so is on TikTok. Okay, so Heads Will Roll is definitely on my watch list. I have to start catching up. We're in October already. We need to start watching these spooky movies and making hot chocolate. I know for those who didn't know, I was doing a keto diet. I stopped it because we were moving everything and I was starving and I had no food, and I did for like 5 days, but when I stopped it, I got so sick. And the thing is, I had done this keto diet like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, actually, for a long time. And it was great, but when I stopped it this time, I just got so sick. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this again. I'm just letting you guys know. Jacob says, Avatar, The Last Airbender. I love Avatar, The Last Airbender. And, oh my God. You know when the Avatar movies came out, I thought it was going to be The Last Airbender, but then it was the Blue People and it threw me off. The Blue People Avatar was still really nice, but I was like, where's Aang? Where's Aang? I was like, Airbender used to be good when I was younger, and one is American. Yes, I love Avatar, The Last Airbender. Obviously, I love that top. Thanks. Thank you to Frankie Weenie's peak Halloween movie. Let's be honest. Frankie Weenie. Let's see, Frankie. Franken Weenie. Let's see. Oh, that's cute. That's definitely like a Tim Burton type movie. I haven't seen that one. I was thinking of a movie I totally forgot. Crap, what was it? It was like this. I forgot if I remember. It has to because of the keto country Kirby. Well, the thing is, like, I was definitely in ketosis, but when I got out of it, I just got so sick. But I also got out of the keto in such a dramatic way. I went from like not eating any sugar, bread, nothing, to just like going to, where did we go? We went to Carrabba's, and I just went all out. No, sorry, not Carrabba's. We went to the one with the infinite soup and bread sticks, that one. And I went all out, and then I got so sick. So I subscribed to your YouTube channel because I found you very beautiful, friendly. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's the whole point. This is just to create a community where we can chat and talk about different things. And we just talk about weird stuff mostly, but whatever you want, really. That's how some people are in. It's Tim Burton film. Yes, Tim Burton is cool. I love his art. You know, I love Edward Scissorhands. Ooh. Do you, no, oh my God. Olive Garden, CT, yes. Olive Garden, that was nice. Okay, oh my God. MK says, hello from Kansas. Wow, what time is it in Kansas? Kansas is far. Oh my God, I just realized it is 2:30 a.m. You guys, I have to go. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Good night. Make sure to like and subscribe.